All right, guys. I'll get it started. I won't take up too much of your time. Hope I don't disappoint, but no Coach Trotsky today. This is just more team related information. So I want to make sure that we touch base on that. One, I was just going to kind of cover a couple of events that we've done the last few weeks with our 24s, 25s, and then our 22s as well down in San Diego. And then talk about our upcoming event in August, our August 20th through the 22nd. That event will be here in San Jose, but I just wanted to kind of touch on that a little bit, give you guys an idea of what it's going to be all about, and then we'll get you guys going. So we shouldn't be more than about maybe 20, 25 minutes max. So we'll get you guys on the way, and then we're recording it, so I wound up just cutting it and then having Coach Abe send it out to you guys over the next day or so. But he's super busy as well. Just they had this gold medal game earlier today, and then tomorrow there's a practice for a couple of our teams that are showing up in AZ. So, Tone, did you have anything you wanted to talk, Coach Tony? You got anything for him before I start breaking it down?
Nothing specific. Just again, welcome. Thank you guys for joining us. Again, good to see everybody out there on the field, and I know Adam's going to touch on some of those things, so I won't jump ahead. But yeah, I'll chime in as if we forget anything.
Okay, cool. Cool. So first, about the USA Championships, um, our both of our 24s and our 25s are out there at the Junior Olympics this past week. Anyone that's done it knows that that's quite the grind for the team and the coaches. All those games in a pretty short window, but super impressed with how all four of those teams played. Three of the four made it to bracket play. 24 national was just a little bit short, but overall, with those four teams, they went 20-8 out in Arizona, which is super impressive. Super impressive. Um, like uh, like I said early, and some of you guys that might have been following either on our Instagram or our Twitter might have seen that 24 national team played the gold medal game this morning at 10 a.m. They played Mountain West baseball. Funny thing is, we have a pretty good relationship with them, and half a Mountain West team winds up playing for us too at some point during our season. They'll wind up being part of our 24 Platinum team. But the national team wound up losing. They went up a run early and then kind of ran out of gas at the end. Wound up losing 9-1. But obviously, winning the silver medal is pretty impressive. Going through that team finished 7-2, 7-2 on the week, which we love to see it. I'm obviously playing as many games as possible. 6 game guarantee, being able to get 3 additional games in is really cool. With that, I want to start with a shout out to the Rogers family, Nancy and Travis Rogers. They did a great job, a phenomenal job of not only streaming those 24 national games for people to see, but even making some highlight videos post game of some pretty big pitches, some pretty big defensive plays, and some swings from that national team. So I just wanted to thank them for that, because everyone that was at home, um, you really kept us in the loop and gave us an idea of how everything was going. But I'll start with the 25 Americans. 25 Americans went 4-2 as well, with a really good showing. I wanted to kind of give a couple shout outs to some players going through it. Eric Rico was definitely, actually, two Fresno boys. Eric Rico was huge for them. Hit 625 during the course of that week, which is obviously unbelievable. Also threw 5 pretty important innings. CJ Ramos right there too, another Fresno guy. He hit 583 for that group. Pitched 5+ innings for him too. Had some time behind the plate to really give those guys a chance to compete at a pretty high level. So both Eric and CJ, I think Eric's on here. I'm not trying to embarrass you guys, but big shout out. We're all watching back at home and really proud of how you guys did. Once again, 4-2 is always good to see. 2025 national, they also went 4-2. They had 2 or 3 guys that played exceptionally well. The first one I had for that 25 national was Hunter Fujimoto. Batted over 500. Led off all 6 of their games. Actually, 5 of their 6 games he led off for them. batted over 500, playing in the outfield as well. Quentin Marsh, a lot of you guys know the Marsh family, been in our program for a while, but Quentin had a really good week. Through 8 innings, over the course of that week, threw 6 1/3 against CBA Las Vegas, which is a really, really strong team that actually had beaten us before. But he threw 6 1/3 against them, punched out 10. Those are two San Jose kids, which is great to see. We had Xavier Nyans as well. X always bringing the big bat to tournaments for us. He's a Mount Vernon, Washington guy, but he threw 4 innings for us too. On base percentage over 500, and always plays well in a Trotsky uniform. So that was our 25 team this past week, which was really impressive. 2024 American made it to the Elite 8. They went 5-2, played some really good baseball. There were a lot of really good numbers for those guys. But the 2 guys that stood out to me the most, and I think they might both be on this as well, was Dominic Poole at the plate. Played quite a bit of center field for that team as a San Jose, California guy. Batted .430 for him, had an on-base percentage over 500. Had some really, really big hits for that team to keep the offense rolling. The other one on the mound, I had Quincy Winkler. Quincy threw 8 innings for those guys. He's a San Luis Obispo kid. Through 8 innings, gave up 0 earned runs over the course of those 2 starts. Won their first game in bracket play and pitched really well. So that's to those 2 for showing well at USA's. And then lastly, the 2024 National, going 7-2, unbelievable run at the end. Like I said, they ran out of gas a little bit in that gold medal game, but thought Drew Rogers did exceptionally well. He hit about almost 460 for that team with a OPS about 1200, which is super impressive. So Drew did a fantastic job. He's a Mounds View, Minnesota kid. So just one more. I think that's 3 or 4 states that we're representing from these teams. And then Tatum Marsh, huge tourney. Coach Abe, called me specifically just to tell me how great he was doing defensively. And anyone that knows Coach Abe, his compliments aren't just, he doesn't just hand them out. For him to take the time to call me and let me know that Tatum was tracking balls all around the place was pretty cool. But he hit 500 on base percentage over 600, 8 stolen bases, 12 hits, and plus defense from him. So that was also awesome to see. He's another San Jose kid. So congrats to all you guys, man. That was really cool to see you guys. I know all of our coaches that were there and weren't there were either at games helping support you guys or coaches back at home. We're on our phones at 7 in the morning looking at these lineups and rooting for you guys from back home. So super impressive. Nice job, guys. I'm going to get into the 2022 National. They just came from an event in San Diego, the UBC, one of the bigger events on the West Coast. It's actually an invitational event where they only invite 8 teams on the West Coast to participate, and we're participating through all age levels. That group went 2-1-1. They wound up tying the eventual champion. I think CBA wound up winning it. We tied them in our first game. They actually won the Junior Olympics too at the 17U. So I think they went 9-0 in that. So we're the only team to even come close to beating them. A couple guys that stood out: Santa Ana, California, Austin Overn. Offensively, ran the show for us, led off, played center field, played great defense, had his 4 hits in his 3 games, couple runs, couple RBIs, but really showed well. I think he's really improving his draft stock as he goes through this. Freddie Rodriguez was another one. Freddie threw a CG in our 3rd game against Alpha, which is a Northern California team. They were stacked. They had Division I guy 1 through 10. But Freddie threw a complete game against him. He gave up 2 runs in the first on some questionable stuff, but after that he shut him down. Last 6 innings didn't give up a run. Anyone that's seen Freddie pitch, that he was fun to watch that day. Another guy super impressive was Chase Marshall. Chase Marshall's from Surrey, British Columbia, and he threw 6 innings for 6 innings. Didn't give up a hit until 1 out in the 6th. So against another really strong team, a BPA team that showed really well. So he went 5+ no hit. Wound up finishing 6 innings, only giving up 1 hit. We wound up losing that game in the 7th, but regardless, that was a heck of an outing from Chase. And then lastly was a 2023 Cole Schoenwetter. Cole Schoenwetter, Santa Barbara, California kid, threw 3 innings for us against NorCal on the last day. Anyone that knows me knows I like beating NorCal, but he threw 3 really clean innings, 90 to 92. Really one of the first appearances he's had with us in our national program, and just did incredibly well. Just burst on the scene. So we'll hope to see a lot more of Cole. Actually, last one I had, Grant, another 2023, Grant Govell, threw a couple innings down there for our 22s in San Diego, dominated his time there. 89-91 with a real good slider. So that's another great job, another name for you guys to follow. So good work there. You guys, most of you guys, some of you guys are still in Arizona from the Junior Olympics. Other guys are probably flying into Arizona for the USAs and practicing tomorrow. But tomorrow we'll start that first practice for those 2022 Americans, and then the 2023 Nationals will be there too, playing up in age groups. So we're excited to see them. We're going to be following you guys just as closely as we were following those younger guys. So good work once again. Just know that everybody's watching. We're always keeping an eye out for you guys. Hey, Tone, before I get into August 20th, did you want to touch on anything?
Yeah, just also with the coaches too, guys. One thing what we have, I mean, we pride ourselves on our coaching and just putting really good baseball guys in front of you. And that's, one thing I know, we're lucky to have Coach Gil Ruiz with us again this summer. He was with Adam. I know he just retired at Pacific Grove, but we're likely he's going to be coaching with us more and more now. And again, just Coach Abe out there in Arizona, all the guys just been grinding. Again, they're working as hard as they can for you guys. So just keep that in mind. And then, even back our way, we got Coach Mike Luna, who's been back out there with us. He was coaching when me and Adam were playing. So again, just guys that have been around the game for a long, long time. And we're excited. I know, even Coach Diotti, I played for Coach Diotti back in high school, and just, I know that those guys, had an influence on our career. And shoot, they've been coaching for all this time since. So just a big shout out to them. And then the training guys, you guys that are in Arizona, just utilizing DJ and Push. And the guys locally, I know Rossi's been working with tons of the boys and continue to get that work in. I know as you get into the middle of summer, it's really easy to, let some of that training slide a little bit, the argument that you're, playing a ton, and that's where guys know the nutrition's got to go up that much more and keep getting those workouts in. Now, obviously, and rely on those guys. And if you don't have anybody, you may want to look into talking with some of those guys about having more of a plan, but just make sure again, that we're continuing to get our work in, take care of our arms. Even though it's hot, we got to take care of those arms. So don't rely on the fact that it's hot, we'll be all right. We got to again perfect, just like Nate talked about the last Zoom. Just perfecting your process and your plan and really getting after it there. So I guess Adam, getting the most important thing is the team snap. That's one of the biggest
right
things.
So one thing that we definitely want to talk about was just making sure that everybody's responding to that team snap on the August event, that August 20 through 22nd. It's called our Trotsky Baseball Weekend. It's basically going to be all of our teams, all of our age groups invited to the Bay Area, to San Jose. We'll be at looks like we'll be at Valley Christian High School, as well as our facility in San Jose, South Bay Sports Training. But one reason I really, we're kind of harping on this and trying to get out ahead of it now, because we're gonna be working pretty diligently here to ensure that we have college coaches at every game, at every event, as many as possible. But for us to be able to do that and ensure that we have as many coaches as possible, it's going to be important that we know who's coming. With that, it's important not just for our uncommitted guys, because obviously, like I said, that we'll have college coaches there. ranging from, Power Five Division Ones to some NAIA programs in Division Two and Three as well. So this event will be for everybody. It won't just be if you're, a Division One guy. If you're a 22 looking to find a place, there'll be a lot of opportunities there too. But like I said, in order to get these coaches out, we have to be able to give them a list, give them a roster, give them an idea who's showing up. For you committed guys, another good opportunity to put yourselves out there, not for the recruiting aspect, but more just to get out in front of your future college coaches, because that's always important, is to show well. And for us as an organization, it's important that our best players are there. We always like showing the strength of our organization from the top down, and having a lot of our committed players, our older players, the 22 national, those kind of guys, being able to show up, to show the strength of our program, and as well just make it an even more competitive event, because we do plan on it being really competitive with who we have available to show up and play. So with that, get on your team snap. Let us know if you plan on coming. Like I said, it's going to be in the Bay Area. It'll be in San Jose. We're going to do not only testing, obviously the obvious tests of your 60s, your exits, and your throwing, but we'll have both a hitting Rapsodo, a hit tracks, and a pitching Rapsodo available, either in the bullpen or on field. The plan is to just basically run a pitching Rapsodo on the field the entire event, to be able to get you guys your numbers, and then help them get them out to schools too. So it's not only going to be the college aspect and the recruiting side. Plan on it being very competitive, where we're going to be facing the best of the best within our own program, but then also just getting a test and getting a shot on seeing where you guys are at currently with your measurables, getting just a retest on as many of you guys as we can, because that's obviously stuff. That's an event for us that we're gonna promote a ton outside of our organization. So that's gonna be sent out to college coaches. That's gonna be sent out on our Instagram, on our Twitter. That's something that we're gonna market and represent you guys the best that we can, just to draw more attention and draw more eyes on you guys. And obviously with that comes more opportunity for everybody. So super important that you guys get on it. Like I said, it's going to be a great event. We should have all of our coaches there. As far as I know, I know I'll be there. Abe, Tony, Coach Diotti, Tommy, Shav, Mug, all these guys will be out there for it. So we're looking forward to it, but just wanted to kind of throw it out there with the importance of it, try to get ahead of it, because we're looking at it, we're about 6 weeks out. So just getting a shot, getting an idea. Hopefully the idea is to get our rosters out to colleges on August 1st. So that would be one of the last times that, with the rosters that we wind up sending to all these schools, for your name to be on that roster, we're going to need a yes or a no by August 1st. Now with that, once schools get there, if something happens later between August 1st and 20th and you do show up, we will obviously add you to rosters the best we can at that point, and then make sure that we have new rosters to hand out to coaches once they're there on campus at Valley. So make sure you guys get on that. I know Coach Abe doesn't want to have to track you guys. I don't want to have to track you guys down and send a bunch of emails to find out whether you're coming to the event. Know that it'll be a quality event. It'll be one of the better things that we go to, just in terms of covering all the bases with not only the measurables, but the competition and the college aspect too. So want to get that out there.
Yeah, and I will harp on the team snap thing, even not just for this event, but for all events. Again, as always, there too much time and energy by your parents, by you guys into your baseball. You got to sit down on a regular basis, go through your team snap, plan out your events, plan out your hydration if you're going to Arizona. You got to stay weeks ahead, guys, weeks and months ahead. So with that said, again, please, and there is a maybe aspect to it. So like Coach Adams said, we need to know by August 1st, but in the meantime, if you're unsure, please put a maybe. So at least you responded. And try and get a response for every event on that team snap as we can, so we can continue to plan not just for this event, but for the other ones as well. And that's part of even kind of harping on this event with the testing and with the, the 6-tool nation and what we're doing with Nate and those Zooms. It's all about your 5-tool testing. It's all about figuring out where you're at, setting goals, putting numbers behind those goals, and that August timeframe is a perfect time heading into the high school season. I think the next time we're going to be doing a bigger camp will be December. So again, it's going to give you you come in August, we get some good measurables and see you then, and then in a perfect world, most of you guys will be coming back in December for another Nate development camp where we can kind of get those testings heading into the actual high school season. So yeah, just make sure we're jumping on our profiles as well. We'll be using those. I know in the last Zoom I talked about those, your profiles and your calendars. So you got to get those profiles up to date, because as we, for this event, when we send out those rosters, we want to link all the profiles to those rosters. So they can just click right there, pull up your profile. And then again, as we have leaderboards, as we have the testing from this event, that data needs to get on your profiles. If you're unsure, again, like always, if you're unsure about your profile, your calendar, and what that is, reach out to us, because you should have already received, the email with that. So yeah, let us know. I'll have to double check. I know the next Nate Zoom is on the Team Snap, so feel free if let us know. Even on that one's not as big a deal as the events, but if you're going to be attending, let us know. And then I know Adam's going to post this meeting as well as the other Zoom that we had and future Zooms, so on our YouTube. So when we send that out, make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel, so that way you don't have to even, whether we send something out, you'll get anything that we post to that. Make sure you're subscribed to the Trotsky Ranch YouTube channel, because Nate's posting tons of good content that you guys, again, you guys play for Trotsky baseball. You need to, you guys need to live it. You need to know what's going on and a lot of the things Nate's doing, and he's always innovating and learning new things, and that's a great place. So, and just as well as all the other social media channels. I know we're harping on it last time, but the more we all interact and network on it, the better it is for everybody in their recruitment process. So, be a member of all those YouTube channels, be a member of all the Twitter channels, all the Instagram channels for the Trotsky. And even, even right now, we got the Trotsky Texas group. Get on their Twitter, get on their Instagram, and I know they're doing the same, and same thing. I know they've been sharing some stuff here and there. So it's been cool. It's been really fun to watch this summer, especially coming off last year. I know we got to play a little bit, but we don't want to even harp on last year. It's just nice to see everyone getting out there, and most everybody's healthy, and really good to see. So keep up the good work, and we'll be doing everything on our end to make sure we make things as smooth and as enjoyable as possible.
Yeah. Last thing before I let you guys go, just keep a lookout for some Trotsky alum. We have a couple guys that are trying to make the USA collegiate national team. Both been with us for a few years. Sean McLean and Dylan Beavers. Some of you guys, the San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara area might know Dylan, but he's given a shot. He's invited to carry and playing now for the collegiate national team, hoping to make that team at the end. So I'm keeping an eye out for those guys. We're fingers crossed for them. But other than that, guys, like I said, I want to kind of keep it pretty short. We're right about that 20-25 minute mark. So I'll let you guys go. Appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to it. Now take the time to figure out your schedule come August. Get on your Team Snap. Get those profiles updated and ready to go. So when you guys come out here, that'll all be dialed in. So, all right, guys, appreciate it. Take care.
Have a good one.
Thank you.